In a daring act of both passion and rebellion, human soldier Liam Carter and Princess Anna of the alien Zyrosian Dominion defied the fragile peace between humanity and the Zyrosians. The tenuous alliance that had been painstakingly maintained was now on the brink of collapse. Liam, a seasoned veteran of countless battles, had been dispatched to the Zyrosian homeworld for a crucial diplomatic summit. The mission was to solidify the fragile peace between the two species. However, at the opulent banquet celebrating the successful treaty, Liam found himself seated beside Princess Anna, the stunning and enigmatic daughter of Emperor Valtor. As the evening progressed, the atmosphere grew increasingly intimate with the flow of drinks and hushed conversations. Anna's fascination with Liam and his own yearning for a connection led to a series of heated glances. As the night deepened, the two slipped away to Anna's private quarters. Armor and formal attire were discarded, and what began as a moment of forbidden attraction quickly evolved into a tempest of passion. The consequences of their actions, however, were about to ripple through the galaxy. In the tense aftermath, Anna stood before the Zyrosian High Council in her chambers, her heart racing but her resolve unshaken. The council was led by Lord Korran, whose stern face bore the mark of anger and judgment. "Princess Anna, daughter of Emperor Valtor," he began, his voice dripping with disdain. "You stand accused of a grave transgression. Not only have you consorted with a human, our sworn adversary, but you are now with child by him. The council demands that you terminate this abomination immediately and undergo the ritual purification to restore your honor." Anna's hand instinctively rested on her still flat stomach, a surge of protective love swelling within her. She thought of Liam and the unexpected tenderness they had shared. Resolutely, she addressed the council. "Esteemed council, I refuse to comply with your demands. This child, regardless of its heritage, is innocent and deserves a chance at life. I will not be shamed for following my heart." A stunned murmur swept through the council chamber. No Zyrosian princess had ever so openly defied the High Council. Lord Korran's eyes flared with anger, but before he could respond, Anna turned and walked out with her head held high. Meanwhile, on Earth, Liam Carter paced restlessly in a stark holding cell. The weight of his actions loomed over him, realizing that a single night of passion might have jeopardized the peace he had long fought to protect. The cell door slid open, and Admiral Brooks entered, his face etched with concern. "Carter, what in the blazes were you thinking?" Brooks demanded, his tone more tired than angry. "I wasn't thinking, sir," Liam admitted, raking a hand through his disheveled hair. "It just happened." Brooks sighed heavily. "Your incident threatens to undo years of diplomatic efforts. There are factions within the Zyrosian society, powerful ones who have always opposed peace with humanity. They're using this to push for war." Liam's heart sank as he thought of Anna facing censure alone. "I need to go back, Admiral. I have to make this right." Brooks studied him for a moment before nodding curtly. "I suspected you'd say that. I can't officially support this, but—" He handed Liam a small key card. "Your cell will be unguarded tonight. A shuttle is waiting in Hangar 9. The rest is up to you." With a final nod from Brooks, Liam looked down at the key card, the gravity of his decision settling in. He had set this in motion, and now he had to see it through, for Anna, for their child, and for the sake of peace itself. That night, as the base slept, a lone figure slipped into Hangar 9. A sleek ship lifted off, its engines flaring against the dark sky as Liam began his most crucial mission yet. As preparations for the wedding advanced, an undercurrent of tension thrummed beneath the surface. In shadowy corners and encrypted transmissions, Lord Korran conspired with Ezekiel Kane, leader of the extremist faction Purity's Edge. Their aim was clear: shatter the fragile alliance between humans and Zyrosians. Anna's infiltrator, Kira Vale, maneuvered among the wedding planners, subtly sowing discord and creating disruptions. The arrival of Liam's former unit, the battle-hardened 52nd Recon Squad, provided some comfort amidst the chaos, especially with Lieutenant Gregor Shaw, Liam's closest friend, present. Yet, even as Gregor greeted Liam with a supportive handshake, a shadow of secrecy lingered in his eyes. Princess Anna, resplendent in her gown, stood before a mirror, her growing belly a visible sign of her impending motherhood. Liam entered, his gaze softening as he took in her appearance. Without words, he embraced her, and for a fleeting moment, the chaos receded. But their moment of peace was short-lived. A deafening explosion rocked the venue, followed by screams. Amidst the chaos, Gregor appeared, his face set in grim determination. He raised his weapon, aiming at Anna's heart. Instinctively, Liam threw himself in front of Anna, the shot intended for her striking him instead. Blood blossomed on his uniform as he fell to the ground, Anna's anguished cry piercing the night. Admiral Brooks burst into the fray with the 52nd Squad at his back, surrounding Gregor with weapons drawn. Brooks pleaded with Gregor, invoking their brotherhood. For a heartbeat, Gregor hesitated. But before he could act, Kira, cold and unfeeling, ended his life with a single shot. She vanished into the chaos as Zyrosian guards closed in, too late to prevent her escape. In the eye of the storm, Anna cradled Liam's injured body, tears mingling with his blood. Medics rushed him away in a desperate attempt to save him, while news of the attack spread like wildfire. On Earth, angry mobs filled the streets, hurling insults at the Zyrosians. In the Zyrosian High Council, Korran stoked the flames of xenophobia, portraying humans as barbaric aggressors. Far above, in a stark medical bay, Liam fought for his life, unaware that the battle for the galaxy's soul had only just begun. In the medical bay of the human frigate, monitors beeped erratically, tracking Liam's fading life signs. Nearby, Princess Anna gripped the edges of her biobed, her face contorted in pain as she went through labor. "Push, Your Highness," urged Dr. Emily Chen, her hands ready for the unprecedented hybrid child. Sweat beaded on Anna's brow as she cried out in pain. In the corridor outside, Admiral Brooks paced with worry as a security detail dragged in Kira Vale, bound and defiant. "In here," Brooks growled, ushering them into an empty storage room. "Talk now." Kira sneered. "You're already defeated. Purity's Edge has operatives throughout your fleet. When the war starts, and it will, you won't stand a chance." Brooks leaned in, his voice low and menacing. "How many?" A scream from the medbay cut through the air, followed by urgent shouts from the medical team. Brooks' stomach dropped as a young ensign burst in, breathless. "Lieutenant Carter is coding." Brooks' mind raced. "Prep a shuttle. We're breaking through the blockade." Despite protests from his officers, Brooks' glare silenced them. Minutes later, a small craft slipped away from the frigate, weaving through the tension-filled space between the human and Zyrosian fleets. Inside, Liam lay motionless while Anna endured the final stages of labor. As they entered Zyrosian space, encoded transmissions crackled over the comms. Brooks held his breath as Emperor Valter's voice came through. "Grayson, you have some nerve." "Your Majesty," Brooks replied, "I come seeking aid for both our peoples." After a pause, Valtor responded. "Land at the following coordinates. A medical team will meet you." The shuttle landed outside a gleaming Zyrosian facility. Alien doctors swiftly attended to Liam and Anna with astonishing efficiency. Hours later, amidst intense medical procedures and tense diplomacy, Brooks paced the sterile hallways, ignoring angry calls from Earth. A soft cry pierced the air, and a Zyrosian doctor emerged, cradling a tiny bundle. "The child lives, and so does the human male, though his recovery will be extensive." Brooks sighed with relief and followed the doctor into the room where Anna lay, exhausted but radiant. Liam, heavily bandaged, was wheeled beside her. His eyes fluttered open, focusing on the precious bundle in Anna's arms. "Kala," Anna whispered, her voice filled with awe. "It means unifier in our tongue." Liam reached out with trembling fingers to touch his daughter's cheek, a moment of pure peace. But alarms blared throughout the facility, signaling the arrival of trouble. An aide burst in, face ashen. "Your Highness, Admiral, we're under attack. Human shipyards are being hit across multiple sectors." Brooks' comm unit exploded with frantic reports. On a view screen, Lord Korran declared himself the new leader, denouncing the child and ordering Anna's arrest. Liam struggled to sit up, determination etched on his face. We have to stop this. Anna held Kala close, her expression steely. We will. As the sounds of battle drew closer, Brooks gripped his sidearm and positioned himself between the family and the door. I hope you're both ready for a fight, he said grimly. It's going to be a long one. The facility shook with another blast, and Brooks' comm crackled with reports of Korran's forces breaching the outer defenses. We're out of time, Brooks growled, holstering his weapon. Can you walk, Carter? Liam gritted his teeth and swung his legs off the bed. I'll manage. Anna, cradling Kala, looked to Brooks. Where do we go? The medical frigate, Brooks replied. It's our best chance to get off-world. They stumbled into the corridor, Liam leaning heavily on Brooks. The sounds of battle grew louder as they rounded a corner and nearly collided with a group of Zyrosians in ornate armor. Emperor Valtor, Anna gasped. The Emperor's face was grim. The palace has fallen. We must evacuate immediately. Together, the unlikely group fought their way to the landing pad. Plasma bolts scorched the walls, and Liam's wound reopened, blood seeping through his bandages. But they pressed on, reaching the shuttle just as Korran's troops breached the final barrier. Brooks laid down covering fire, and the group made their escape into the night. As the shuttle rocketed through Zyrosian space, its thrusters blazing against the dark expanse, the tension within was palpable. Inside, Princess Anna held her infant daughter close, her eyes scanning the surrounding chaos with a mixture of resolve and fear. Liam Carter, propped up by medical supports, fought through waves of pain, his mind focused on the task ahead. Admiral Brooks, standing watch by the shuttle's viewport, kept a sharp eye on the approaching Zyrosian medical facility. We're almost there, he said, his voice a low rumble, tinged with the strain of battle. Anna looked up, her gaze steady despite her exhaustion. What's the status of the conflict? Is there any chance for us to secure peace? Brooks shook his head. It's grim. Korran's forces have launched a full-scale offensive against human positions. The Zyrosian High Council is divided, but the extremists are seizing control. Our immediate goal is to get you and Kala to safety. Liam's voice, though weak, carried a firm tone. And the peace talks? Are they still a possibility? Brooks gave a resigned nod. If we can stabilize the situation and expose Korran's true motives, there might be a chance. But first, we need to ensure you're both safe and that Kala receives the best care possible. The shuttle landed smoothly at the Zyrosian medical facility, a towering structure of gleaming metal and pulsating energy fields. Alien doctors and medics awaited them on the landing platform, moving with practiced efficiency. They quickly transferred Liam to a gurney, while Anna and Kala were escorted into the facility's main medical wing. As Liam was wheeled away, he managed a strained smile. Anna, take care of our daughter. I'll be with you soon. Anna nodded, her eyes glistening with unshed tears. I'll be here, Liam. In the sterile confines of the medical wing, doctors worked tirelessly on Liam, their advanced technology and skills working in concert to stabilize him. Meanwhile, Anna, exhausted but determined, watched over her daughter in a quiet corner of the room. The bond between mother and child was a source of solace amid the turmoil. Hours passed, and the tension in the facility only grew as reports of battles and skirmishes reached them. Admiral Brooks continued to coordinate with Zyrosian forces, trying to counteract Korran's offensive and find a way to leverage the situation for peace. In the midst of this, an urgent message arrived from Emperor Valtor. Admiral Brooks, we have an opportunity, Valtor's voice crackled through the comms. Korran's coup has destabilized much of our territory, and there are factions still loyal to the old order. If we can unite these factions and expose Korran's corruption, we may be able to restore order and renegotiate peace. Brooks, who had been pacing, stopped in his tracks. What's the plan? Valtor's voice took on a more measured tone. I need you to lead a diplomatic mission to rally support from the loyalist factions. I can offer you my support and resources, but you'll need to act quickly. The loyalty of our people hangs by a thread. Brooks nodded, determination hardening his features. We'll make it happen. As the sun set over the Zyrosian planet, the facility became a beacon of hope amidst the darkness. Anna had finally managed to rest, with Kala securely in a crib beside her bed. She was deep in thought when Admiral Brooks entered, a look of quiet resolve on his face. "Princess Anna," Brooks began, "we've received word from Emperor Valtor. There's a chance to rally the loyalist factions and restore order. We need to prepare for a diplomatic mission." Anna's eyes widened. "Will Liam be able to join us?" Brooks hesitated, then said, "His recovery is ongoing, but he's stable. I'll make sure he's kept informed. Your presence will be crucial in this mission." Anna nodded, her resolve firming. "I will go. I need to do everything I can for my people, for Liam, and for our daughter." With the plan in motion, Anna began preparations for the diplomatic mission, while Brooks organized a team of diplomats and security personnel. The goal was clear: unite the Zyrosian loyalists, expose Korran's true intentions, and forge a path back to peace. As night deepened, the facility's quiet was periodically shattered by distant explosions and the hum of emergency sirens. Anna took a moment to look out over the city from a window in the medical wing, her mind racing with thoughts of the future. The galaxy was on the brink of war, but she was determined to fight for peace, for her family, and for the fragile hope that remained. As she held her daughter close, Anna whispered a promise to Kala. "We will make it through this. I'll ensure that your future is one of hope and unity." Outside, the battle raged on, but within the Zyrosian medical facility, a new chapter of diplomacy and struggle was about to begin. As dawn broke over the Zyrosian planet, its sky painted with hues of violet and gold, the medical facility buzzed with activity. The lull of the night had been deceptive. The political storm was intensifying. Inside the facility, Anna prepared for the diplomatic mission with a steely determination that masked her exhaustion. Kala, swaddled securely, was tended to by a nurse, allowing Anna a moment of focused preparation. Admiral Brooks, with a team of diplomats and military advisors, reviewed the plans in a secure briefing room. "Our mission is to meet with the leaders of the loyalist factions scattered across the Zyrosian territories," Brooks explained, his voice grave. "We need to present a united front and demonstrate that Korran's rule is illegitimate. Princess Anna's presence will be crucial in this effort." Anna joined them, her expression resolute. "What are our first targets?" Brooks spread out a holographic map of Zyrosian space. "Our first stop will be the city of Teravon, a stronghold of loyalists who have resisted Korran's forces. From there, we'll move to the Outer Rim systems where we have scattered reports of resistance." Anna nodded, her gaze fixed on the map. "We need to act swiftly. The longer we delay, the stronger Korran's hold will become." The team assembled in the hangar, where a sleek, armored transport awaited. The ship was equipped with the latest Zyrosian technology, ensuring both speed and protection. As they boarded, Anna took a deep breath, steeling herself for the challenges ahead. Brooks and his team, including a hand-picked security detail, were ready to move. As the transport lifted off, the city of Velder, the capital now under Korran's control, was visible in the distance. The situation on the ground was dire. Loyalist factions had been pushed into hiding, their communications scrambled, and their resources dwindling. The transport glided smoothly through the atmosphere, heading for Teravon. Upon arrival, they were greeted by an entourage of Zyrosian loyalists. The leader of this faction, Commander Yarrick, met them at the spaceport. His grizzled appearance and battle-worn uniform spoke of countless skirmishes. "Admiral Brooks, Princess Anna," he greeted them with a nod. "We're grateful for your arrival. The situation here is precarious, but we're holding our ground." Brooks extended his hand. "Commander Yarrick, we need to unite our efforts and consolidate support. We must expose Korran's betrayal and rally the remaining loyalists." Yarrick's eyes met Anna's, and he gave a respectful bow. "Princess, your presence here is a symbol of hope for our people. We've prepared a secure location for our discussions." The meeting took place in an underground bunker, its walls lined with holographic displays and communication equipment. The room was filled with representatives from various loyalist factions, each weary but determined. Anna took her place at the head of the table, her resolve bolstered by the gravity of the moment. "Friends and allies," Anna began, her voice carrying a commanding tone, "we face a critical juncture. Korran's attempt to seize power has thrown our world into chaos. We must unite against this threat to restore peace and ensure a future for our people. The representatives exchanged glances, their expressions a mix of skepticism and hope. Commander Yarrick stepped forward. We've suffered greatly, and many are reluctant to trust outsiders, even in these dire times. What assurance can you provide that this alliance will bring lasting peace? Anna met his gaze with unwavering confidence. I understand your doubts. My father's reign was built on principles of fairness and unity. Korran's rise to power represents a betrayal of those principles. If we succeed in overthrowing him, we can rebuild our society on a foundation of true justice and cooperation. The room fell silent, the weight of her words settling over the assembly. Gradually, the loyalists began to nod in agreement. The discussion turned to strategies for mobilizing support and countering Korran's forces. Anna and Brooks worked tirelessly, forging plans and securing commitments. As night fell, the mood in the bunker shifted from one of cautious optimism to palpable determination. The first phase of their strategy was clear: disrupt Korran's supply lines and rally support from neutral systems. Anna's leadership inspired a renewed sense of purpose among the loyalists. As they prepared for their next move, Brooks pulled Anna aside. We've managed to secure tentative agreements with the loyalists, but we'll need to move quickly to maintain momentum. Anna nodded. What's our next destination? We head to the Outer Rim systems, Brooks replied. There's a significant group of resistance fighters who have been isolated but are still holding out. If we can bring them into our fold, we'll strengthen our position considerably. The transport was readied once more, and as it lifted off, Anna looked out at the vast expanse of space. The battle for Zyrosian unity was far from over, but the seeds of hope had been planted. Back at the medical facility, Liam's recovery was progressing slowly. The skilled Zyrosian doctors worked tirelessly, and though he was still frail, his condition was stable. He received updates from Brooks and Anna, each message bringing a mix of hope and anxiety. One evening, as Liam lay in his hospital bed, Dr. Emily Chen entered, her face serious. Lieutenant Carter, we've stabilized your condition, but you need to remain in recovery. The situation is still volatile. Liam nodded, determination burning in his eyes. I need to be there with them. My place is with Anna and the mission. Dr. Chen shook her head gently. You're in no condition to join the front lines. Your role will be to recover and support from here. They need your strength, but right now, you need to focus on getting better. Liam sighed, but understanding the gravity of his situation, he agreed. I'll do what I can from here. Please keep me informed of their progress. As the medical facility became a base of operations and a beacon of hope, Anna and Brooks ventured deeper into the heart of the struggle. The battle to restore peace and unity was just beginning, and the fate of both human and Zyrosian worlds hung in the balance. The gathering storm promised both peril and potential, and the heroes of this story were only beginning their fight.